howdy folks, Shawn here from Hiking with Shawn on YouTube. What's going on, Merv? Good to see ya. Just updating Facebook. There we go. Good to see everyone. Good to see, well, even if it's just one. Figured it'd be nice to do a live stream and chit chat, you know. Hey, welcome Pam, good to see you again. About to grab a cold Big Red out of the fridge. You get that cold Big Red, Merv. I got me a nice cold sweet tea. And probably some candy somewhere around here. Don't need no candy though. Dutchman is open to fishing. Dutchman is a Forest Service lake and the Forest Service is currently open. So, welcome Nathan. Crab Orchard is also open, at least in terms of the lake. I don't know if I'd really want to eat anything out of crab, though. But Dutchman is open. Glendale is open. Les Creek is open. All the Forest Service areas are open. Technically, state natural areas within Forest Service areas like Indian Kitchen, I guess it wouldn't be open, but you know, I don't know. I think that's up to whoever decides to go there. I don't know what to say about that. Yep, might as well Merv, and the Forest Service seems very happy to tell everyone they're open, as long as, you know, people are practicing social distancing and staying home when you're sick, you know, just normal stuff. Michelle, I did not. That's a good idea though. That is a good idea. So Gleno Jones Lake is considered Saline County, but let's see here. I'm seeing it under Illinois DNR. Fish and Wildlife. I don't know. I'm not too sure on Gleno. Welcome, Hawk Daddy. I'm not too sure, Michelle. I may need to ask someone about that one. Thank you, Pam. It is pretty up here. Hopefully we beat this virus soon and return to normalcy in our state parks and areas get opened up again. And yeah, Nathan, we were wondering about Gleno Jones Lake, because I think it's Saline County that runs it, but it may have IDNR partnership. I'm not too sure, so I'm not sure if that one's open or not. But we're talking about anything in general. I just want to do a chat to give something for everyone to do if they want to join in and chill and communicate and socialize and have fun, have a good time, and take their mind off, the bad in the world. There's a delay in YouTube, so I'm looking at my video of me talking to you all, and I'm seeing my lips move when they're not moving in real life. So it's kind of funny. So if you see me smiling a little bit, that's why. So, how's everyone's day today, for what it's worth? Shawn, are you still going to the office? If you mean, am I still going to work? Yes, I'm still going to work at this time. And yes, I am working. The company I work for is Italian owned, so our parent company is in Italy, and they're on lockdown. Everything's closed because of their COVID-19 crisis, and we're critical right now. So all essential personnel have been sent home, or all non-essential personnel. My job as a specialist for quality is considered essential. The stuff that I do, I need to be there. So I'm still working for now. Don't have any idea what it's going to be like in the coming weeks. And yeah, Dana, take care of yourself. I feel for you all the most. Anyone who has to work in the hospital, from the RNs to the doctors to the janitorial and security staff who have to be there. I've done the only I've worked in 2 hospitals, and it's been security. And you got to be there. I mean, I remember my ID on the back, it said, "Attention law enforcement, in the event of a crisis, allow this person to go to the hospital to work." People have to be at the hospital. So definitely take care of yourself, Dana. You are definitely in my thoughts. Funny Merv. Howdy, D. Walker. Welcome. Yeah, Hawk, it's crazy. I mean, they've just reported the first couple of cases in my area, one particular in my county, and rumor has it the victim lives in a town that's about maybe 3 to 5 minutes from where I live. So I'm pretty healthy. I'm not too worried about getting it. I just hope I can sense it so I can stay at home, or stay inside, just lock myself down. But I'm not too concerned about it harming me. But I have a grandmother who is in assisted living. She's on lockdown. She's a cancer survivor ×2 with a colostomy bag, and I can't see her at all, and she understands now, but she didn't at first, so it was kind of sad. Yes, Merv, that is a confirmed case, at least confirmed through WSIL TV3. It takes a while for the Illinois Department of Public Health to update their confirmed case map because of the influx people in the state. So there's a lot of people in Cook County, stuff like that, these bigger northern counties. So they usually update it in batches. This is what I assume, in like probably different sequences of hours, so they're not having to continuously update it. But I would say by tomorrow morning it should be updated to show that southern Illinois counties are impacted. Hawk Daddy, I am not too sure about the AT hikers. I'm not too sure. That's multiple states, and I'm sure there's different restrictions in each state. But as far as the Forest Service goes, nothing is closed in the country besides facilities. But as far as the trails, I don't think there's anything closed. Oh, thank you, Nathan. How far from Albion are you? Couple hours. I agree with you, Dana. I don't want to discourage people from getting outside and hiking. Maybe at some point we will have to quit going outside. I hope we don't. But if you can get out and you can keep a distance, but still don't hike alone. Hike with someone if you can. Just keep a casual distance and, enjoy it, because the healthier you are, the more likely you're going to fight viruses and germs and colds and such. So I recommend it. Let's see. You all make sure you stay safe out there. I hope to see everyone on the trail. And it's snake season now. Snake Road's closed. So hopefully we can get some warm, sunny days to go visit my children, as Michelle calls them. I am watching wrestling in front of a mostly empty arena. Okay. Is it like wrestling, like amateur wrestling, or like watching your kids wrestle or something? I miss your kids. That's right, Michelle. I do too. I miss my snake friends. Oh, okay, that's on a TV. Okay, yeah. I think I've seen the previews to that on the internet, or maybe on regular cable. I'm not too sure. I don't watch a whole lot of TV. Um, but I may have seen some ads about it on the internet somewhere. I remember wrestling when it was WWF. That was before the World Wildlife Foundation sued the wrestling company and demanded they trade, give, uh, let go of their trademark or whatever. So I remember back then I was young. I was a kid. I was a small kid, and I was really into law enforcement. Always wanted to be a cop, and a Big Boss Man. He was my favorite. But I really liked Papa Shango too because I thought he was a true voodoo priest. So that's kind of funny. That brings back some memories. Best food item on the Wildfire menu. Cheesy Cheetah. I only go there for breakfast, and I really like getting 2 eggs, sausage, biscuits and gravy, and then their breakfast potatoes. I think their breakfast potatoes are the best I've ever had. So I love Wildfires. They're a good restaurant, and they've been really friendly to us, and we try to be friendly to them. And Ned Shed is another one. I like it. Vienna Diner. I need to go there more. And of course, me and Michelle, we would bike Tunnel Hill on warm days on Fridays, and then go to Dairy Queen. And even though it's a chain restaurant, they've always really kind of took care of us, and it's good food. So we'd go there a lot, or we'd go to Ned Shed if we can make it. But there's all sorts of mom and pop places that we can continue to support if we have the money, and hopefully the government will really try to support them when this is all said and done. Because in these rural areas, you all know as much as me, they're important. I love breakfast too, Cheesy Cheetah. I think I could eat breakfast for lunch and dinner and breakfast. Had Dairy Queen yesterday. It's probably my favorite, chain fast food place. Bork Falls was beautiful Friday. Is that off limits? Technically, Dana, it is off limits because it's a state-managed land. It is remote, though, so I'm not telling you to go there because I shouldn't. I'm kind of a public figure, and I shouldn't go against the state. Even if I don't really agree with the closure, I understand the theory behind the closure, and it mainly affects people up north where there's so many people who visit the state parks like Starved Rock and Matheson, and then the bored youngsters who can no longer go to bars and restaurants and stuff like that are just going to flock to these parks, and they're going to be right beside each other, breathing, coughing, sneezing, and it's going to spread germs and potentially the virus. And that's their theory behind it. And unfortunately, if you close one park, they're just going to go to the other, and you can't really isolate anyone without it being discriminatory and just bad for business. So while the state, it wasn't the best decision, I think the intentions were good. And I know some people have mixed opinions, and I don't want to start a fight or get anyone hating on each other. But this is something that we've never had before. We're going to learn a lot of lessons. Cheesy Cheetah, thank you. The timber rattlesnake was a big surprise. I heard the noise, the rattle, and I thought, what is that? Because I've never heard a rattlesnake rattle in the wild. So they're usually pretty chill. This one was cold, probably just came out of its den, and just for some sun. And they say the ones on the east side are rarely interactive with humans like they are on the west side, so they're a little bit more sketchy. And that one never stopped rattling. So it's kind of neat. Let's see. Merv. Randy Savage. Huh. We were there 2 days before the closure. Took a friend who had never seen the bluffage and waterfall. I seen that, Dana. I thought that was cool. Cheesy Cheetah, the hamburgers I think are $2, so you might as well. Yeah, that rattle was perfect. It was really cool. Hawk Daddy, Wildfires is in Vienna, off of Route, is that 45, I believe? And it's the old Forest Service office off of Veterans Drive, I believe. They have a brand new sign, and it's a really nice sign. And you could see it off the road. It's a really cool building. Very homely, and all sorts of neat little decorations and wallpaper and stuff. Smokey stuff and Smokey the Bear stuff, or Smokey Bear stuff. It's pretty fun. And they're good people. Highway 45, yeah. That's why we have Michelle here to help correct me. And help me change my headlight bulb. There's a cougar in the background. Well, thank you all for tuning in. Let's see, this is definitely a time to be extra cautious, even if we don't like her. I agree, Dana. We just need to heed the distancing. I never even heard of social distancing before this, so I think that's a new term. We always get these new terms as we continue living our lives, and especially around crises. I have a degree in emergency management and public health, a master's degree, and even though I don't work in that field, I stay pretty up to date in it. So, like, social distancing was never a term that I used in college, when I wrote my papers, or used in my experience in emergency management. But it's a good term. I totally agree with it. What's something you've never seen at Snake Road that you'd like to maybe see this year? I've never seen a king snake at Snake Road, so I've only seen them outside of Snake Road. I wouldn't mind seeing that. I've never technically seen a diamondback water snake on Snake Road. I've seen it in Winter's Pond and on Muddy Levee, but technically I've never seen it on the road. And I'd never seen a common water snake. I've seen plenty of plain bellies, but never a common. I see them at Giant City, but I got to see a hognose. I've seen milk snakes, timbers, obviously cottonmouth, rough greens. Love seeing rough greens. They're my favorite snake. Let's see. And I got to see an armadillo on Snake Road several times, even at night. One scared the heck out of me. Yeah, we'll have to do that rock house trip one day, Merv. Any bike riding planning? Yeah, Nathan, I definitely want to do. I did 1,900 and something miles in 2019. Hopefully, I can do 2,500 miles this year. Hopefully. What makes snakes congregate there? Yeah, we have the speckled king snake. I do believe it's called something else. Cheesy. Nathan, as for why snakes congregate there versus everywhere else, snakes are all over the forest, but they frequent more at Snake Road because mainly of the way the position of the bluff is. It gets sunlight, so it allows them to really sun. And there's a bluff with a hibernaculum system of dens where they can brewmate. They don't really call it hibernate, they call it brewmating. That's because they come out even in the winter. If it's warm, they'll come out. I've been there in December. Well, Christmas Day, me and Michelle were there, and we seen 20 snakes, nearly 20. I think it was 19, mainly cottonmouth, and maybe a water snake. I think it was 2 species. Anyways, right across the street from the road, there is, along this 2.5 mile road, this forest road, there's 3 bodies of water, 3 swamps, which allows them to go into the swamp during the spring, and after fall through the winter, they can den up in the bluffage. So it's just a really good area. Chalk Bluff at Little Grand Canyon and is probably the same, but it's more wild. There's not really a road or a significantly used trail, but I would imagine because of the Big Muddy and the bluffs, it would probably be the same. They did fix the south gate, cheesy. We sent a lot of emails to them about that and talked to the natural resources officer, and he stayed on it and told us when they fixed it. I do believe they fixed it when they burned the area. So the area has been burned, prescribed burn, so it should be a lot better to walk in. Shawn, wait till I've got the fever. I mean the fever. Okay, Merv. I hear ya. Armadillo was a fun animal to see. At night, one was kind of standing up looking at me, and I just didn't expect it. So when I turned, I seen it. It freaked me out. I jumped. Michelle jumped, and the armadillo jumped. And it freaked it out. So we freaked each other out. And I just touched my face. You know, don't touch your face. But it was funny. I wish I would have got that on video. I did not. Interesting snake pep talk. Brewmate. I've never heard of that, but totally makes sense. Yep. Hopefully the frog inside the sign. Hey, Cheesy, I actually do believe that frog did survive, unless they took it out. I'm not too sure. Survived as best as. It's kind of weird how it got in there and died. Just strange, you know, there's a cemetery within Snake Road, and it's partially called Frog Cemetery. It's kind of ironic. So, you probably did, Cheesy. Or seed ticks. I get seed ticks in the forest every time I go during the spring and summer, it seems like. Buffalognats are really bad over there when it's warm. I recommend anyone going to Snake Road when it's warm to apply permethrin to your gear and your clothes and your shoes. Do so not around animals, your pets, because they'll mess with their nerves. But apply permethrin to protect you from the ticks, and use bug spray and a bug net if you can handle it, because the buffalo gnats will tear you apart. They'll bite me on the arm and leave golf ball size welts. For some reason, bug bites really impact me. While riding Tunnel Hill last year, I was stung in the neck by a bee and broke out into pretty severe hives, swelled my face up. I had an allergic reaction. Didn't know I was allergic to bee pollen until then. So I drove from Vienna to Metropolis, swelling up, my face swelling up, talking to Michelle on the phone, so that if I quit talking to her, she would know that, you know, some sort of bad aftermath is happening. And made it to her house where I was given Benadryl and stuff like that. I probably should carry an EpiPen, but I'm stubborn. Pretty sure I got turkey mites. It's like for 2 months. Yeah, that's probably it, Cheesy. Turkey mites do that. Sea ticks. Those two might be the same. Don't know. I've heard turkey mites. Oh, look at that. Michelle takes care of me. What would I do without her, folks? She always says that I would be okay, but I don't think I would. I mean, I can't even successfully change my headlight without her assistance. And I'm fine admitting that. We need our women. Yep, she's looking out for me. I'd look out for her, but she could take care of herself, her teenager, and me all at the same time. We were at Garden of the Gods last year, and some boys were like taking the back of their feet and kicking the railing of the observation trail. You know, just being kind of young, stupid, destructive little kids that, you know, they're teenagers probably. Anyway, Michelle seen it and took control of the situation, scolded them very properly, and told them that, you know, they need to leave or, you know, suffer the consequences of law enforcement. And I never had to do anything. They were just, to me, they looked like they were getting scolded by their mom and about to get it. And they just did what they were told and they left the area. So, you know, if I need a bodyguard, I got Michelle. Let's see, would recommend camp at that campground nearby Snake Road. Pine Hills is what that one is. Thinking about doing that. I just want a campfire, really can't do that at the hotel. Yeah, true. Cheesy, there's also, I do want to recommend, I stayed at some cabins, and for some reason I'm drawing a blank of what they were called, but they were in Jonesboro. What were they called, Michelle? Wow, I can't believe I'm drawing a blank. Totally drawing a blank. My videos. YouTube. I made a video for it. I gotta look it up. I can't handle this. Let's see here. Cabin. Rustic hideaway cabins. Yep, rustic hideaway cabins. They have fire pits, a hot tub, if you get into that. I don't really like hot tubs. And all that. And it was a pretty decent cabin. So that's pretty close to Snake Road if you'd rather do a cabin. But Pine Hills Campground is a really nice campground. They have really nice bathrooms. They have a really cool community pavilion. Fire pits at every camp spot. And there's even a chance that you'll see a snake. So, Tunnel Hill Road had a great Airbnb when I was there. I have to look into that one. I stay at an Airbnb at Lake of Egypt called Shawnee Paradise. I really enjoy that one. And it's close to Tunnel Hill in Tunnel Hill, Illinois. Well, it's right off Tunnel Hill Road to get to, well, not, you get on the road from Tunnel Hill Road. But really cool Airbnb. But I really like Rimrock's Dogwood cabins. I'm a big fan of those cabins because they have cool critters. And not all of them, you know, they're all pretty fun, but every now and then one of them may spit, because llamas spit, and you just got to be careful, right, Michelle? Sometimes I tend to speak before I think. That's good though, Michelle. You taking care of business. Let's see. Hot tub, yes. I was more worried about road going to Pine Hills Campground. Is it all full of potholes? No, not too bad. They maintain that road pretty good, but it's narrow, so I would go slow. And Upper Pine Hills Road is now open. They fixed the washout. It's open. You can go up there and see all sorts of cool scenic overlooks. Jeep and Shawnee has cleaned up McGee Hill. Big kudos to them. You can go over there and check it out. It's right by Pine Hills, close. And it's really cool. That's right, Michelle. Because I enjoy playing with it. Your long hair. Pine Hills is a wonderful campground, though. So I definitely recommend it. A lot of work has been put into that campground from the Forest Service. And it's pretty nice. And like I said, some of the best bathrooms I've ever seen. It's a new CXS bathroom, I think, which will be the bathrooms that replace, maybe, depending on the economy, the budgets, and all that. I have a feeling a lot of the, budgets are going to be different after all this is said and done. We'll see. But it's going to be a different. Got to think positive. I think that's important. Check out the Mount LeConte Llama Train on YouTube. I have to look at that. I'll probably go bald from you playing with my hair. Probably, Michelle, eventually. So any geocaching with Shawn videos, I would like to do that, Cheetah. That is a plan. I ran a poll, and the majority of the voters liked that idea. So maybe that could be something, like one video a month at first, and then we'll see where it goes from there. And maybe it can turn into more frequent, you know. I do have some geocaching videos. I did a geocache with Two Bob's Adventures at Gum Springs Road area, Cedar Wonders area. That was a fun trip. Definitely check that out. We both have videos for that. But geocaching is a very fun activity in the forest, in the parks, and it's great for the family too. And there's a lot of geocaches. I mean, it's crazy how many are in the area. Hey, take care, Merv. Be safe. Let me see here. Let me get my little app. Geocaching. Let's just go ahead and here we go. This is Southern Illinois, and as you can see, there's just tons of these geocaches everywhere, and it's just really cool. I mean, a lot of it is because of Geo Joe. Okay, you could see that, yeah. Kind of blurry, but you could see the little geocaches. Geo Joe, aka Joe Littleton. Joe Littleton has been a big inspiration for us all. You know, he's done a lot for the forest. We owe a lot to him, I think. I love Joe. Joe's a good guy. Brenda's good wife of his. Me and Michelle, we really enjoy seeing them out on the trail and at events and whatnot. Joe's pretty cool. I try to mention him in my videos. I know it makes him smile. I'm still a rookie considered at 81. You've found more than me, Cheesy. I don't think I've done 80. I don't think I've done more than 10. So, but eventually I want to. Geocaching is good social distancing, I agree. Oh, by the way, folks, whoever lives in the tri-state area, Southern Illinois, Western Kentucky, Indiana, Missouri, this area, tomorrow there is a chance of severe weather. Last time I checked, per the National Weather Service, we were at a level 3. We were at a 1, but now we're at a 3. We have a 10% chance of tornadic weather. So please keep your eye on the sky and try to remember the hazards that, you know, are common around the season. So I want to keep telling people that as much as I can. I tell everyone at work. I've tried to tell everyone, you know, we definitely need to make sure we're looking out for the other bad things that can happen. So Milwaukee area of Wisconsin. Is it still cold up there? You probably have about the same weather as us, I'd say. I don't know. I know that up north it gets a little different. Yeah, Joe posts a lot of pictures. A lot of the waterfalls in the Shawnee, when you hear people say the names of them, Joe is the one who named them. It's either, the names are either from Joe or from horseback riders. So a lot of the stuff that we talk about as hikers actually have different names to the horseback riders. And either or, you know, it doesn't matter. Was 40 there today? Ooh, I think it's about 50 here today. It's supposed to be really nice tomorrow, except for the severe weather. So, biking weather tomorrow, but now, because of severe weather, not biking weather. Shucks. 8 people watching. cool. I want to do more of these live streams, especially during this time. So during these trying times, so that, you know, we can all communicate and socialize and have fun. So, hey Bob, look, there's Big Bob from Two Bob's Adventures. Welcome to the chat, Bob. You missed Merv. He was in here. Great Strava calm weather. Close to 70 in Tennessee. Don't love the spring storms. I used to like them. Not so much anymore. Cheesy, I do agree. I want to kind of mix it all up. You know, do a YouTube live stream like I am now, and then maybe do something on Instagram next, and then do something on Facebook. Twitter, I'm not really... I mean, I have a big audience there, but I don't know how many people would show up. I need to try it someday just to check it out. But definitely Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. More Snake Road live, please. That was nice. Yeah, I'd like to do that too. Hopefully I get to do some of that this year, because there is pretty good signal over there. And now with the new phone, I got this iPhone 11 Pro Max, whatever. Hopefully it does a better live stream. So, more, oh, where is that? King of the Mountain on Strava. Oh, okay. King of the Mountain. Is that like a challenge, maybe? I only activate Strava when I bike, and I'm the pro user. I get all the features, but I really only record it, you know. I need to use it more. Bob, are you working this weekend? Michelle, aka camera assistant for the Instagram lives. She might be the one holding the phone, but she'll probably won't be on the live unless I sneak her in. I do enjoy doing that, putting her in the videos. Sometimes I get in trouble, but you know, it's worth it. Everyone likes to see Michelle. She doesn't think so, but everyone does. Speed segments. I'll look into that one. I need to do that more. Looking a little cool Saturday. I think I'm going to head to Indiana to check out knobstone trailheads and access points. Do let me know how that is, Bob. I'm still interested in that. Hopefully that can... Hopefully... I don't think it's going to be this year because I think there's still a lot of work to be done over there, but hopefully one of these springs or summers we can do Katy Trail, me and the Bobs. I really want to do Katy Trail, so hopefully Tunnel Hill will open back up, and me and Michelle want to do a ride, which I'll video, where we start from Harrisburg and ride all the way to the end of the trail in Karnak and camp, because there's a campground, Main Brothers Campground, right there on the trail. Camp there and then ride all the way back to Harrisburg the next day. So we'll get like 100 miles or so in 2 days, you know, a little less than 100 miles. And it'll be fun. Yeah, I think it'd be a great little video. Maybe a two-parter. So hopefully we get to do that this year. Hopefully everything returns to normalcy. We'll see. No work. Say they're going to do deep clean. That's good. A lot of businesses and companies need to do that, but I think it's going to get to a point to where they have to do it frequently. And maybe workers can also participate and chip in and every so often clean their workspace throughout their shift, especially before they leave and when there was any extra associates, you know. Definitely doesn't hurt to increase our cleanliness as a society. Best part is the pizza at Mackey's afterwards. That's right. I forgot to throw that in there. When we get back from day 2 biking Tunnel Hill, it's pizza time at Mackey's. Pizza. Oh yeah. Especially Mackey's. Ivy's and Carbondale used to be my favorite pizza place ever, but Mackey's in Harrisburg took that spot, and I prefer to eat there. I still like Ivy's, but Mackey's in Harrisburg I would choose over anyone else. Just love the pizza, love the cheesy bread and the sweet tea, and just the atmosphere in general. So, has anyone been able to buy toilet paper? No toilet paper over here. I'm just wondering if, you know, if it's a toilet paper crisis across the country. I shouldn't laugh, but it's funny. So, I mean, I got plenty. I bought a 6-pack of paper towels, and that's going to work just as good. And that should last me a couple of months. When are you planning this ride? I was thinking the exact. Nathan, the Tunnel Hill ride is going to be in the summer, most likely. I want to do it when it's warm. When I ride the bike, I prefer to be able to ride in shorts, in a short sleeve jersey or a t-shirt or whatever. I do not like riding in the cold. Hopefully things get better sooner rather than later. We're planning trips that center around nature and hiking. Welcome, Pam, and I agree. You heard it. He just admitted Mackey's is the best. True, I admit it. No milk here or bread today. You know, I seen a lot of bread at first, and now it's gone. But yeah, I don't see milk at all. I'm lactose intolerant, so, you know, milk just doesn't excite me. But I know a lot of people need it, you know, so I understand, definitely. DG had it today. You know, Pam, Dollar General has been the store that has had everything that I've seen. I went to Walmart yesterday and shopped for a week's worth of food, and it was slim pickings. But Dollar Store seems to have everything besides toilet paper. But they had paper towels, and they seem to be doing a little better, and the price difference ain't too bad. Yeah, Michelle got me a package of TP. I was going to say that earlier, but I didn't know if she wanted me to keep it secret. It's like finding gold. Quattro's is still my favorite. You got to lay off that sweet tea. I just had a nice cup of unsweet tea. Crazy talk, Bob. Crazy talk. I buy it by the case 2 times a year. I've seen TP at dollar store 2 times a year. That's pretty good. Highlight some of the stops on your ride. I agree, Nathan. Definitely. I would like to promote Tunnel Hill more. Another thing I would love to do, Nathan, which I will probably be doing alone unless I can find someone else who wants to bike and do it with me, because Michelle's not used to the hills, and there's going to be hills, is I'm going to road bike to all the southern Illinois historical areas. All like the signs you say where it says historical marker ahead. I want to, make the video about road biking, but stopping at these spots and kind of telling about what they are and make like a series, and that will allow me to get some pretty good rides in. So I think that'd be fun, and relatively easy, All I need to do is get better at my hills, because the winters really kick my butt. Too much junk food. Bob, that's a negative. I'll never give up my sweet tea. You heard it, Bob. Dollar General has most things. Good thing they're in every little town in southern Illinois now. I agree. Dollar stores are really useful. Pretty happy about them. And, I'm happy. I try to support mom and pop when I can, but these mom and pop places, they're disappearing. And I'm happy that Walmart and Amazon and Kroger's and all of them have kind of stepped up, and they're trying to be really helpful during these times. And I'm happy for that, and it makes me want to shop there, but I still want to make sure I emphasize the importance of supporting mom and pop places, because we can't forget about them. I would rather buy my stuff from Shawnee Trails Outfitters for hiking than at the bigger retail place. The prices is going to be about the same, and you're going to get good quality and good support from people who actually know what they're doing. And the same with cycling. I'm a big fan of Trek, so I would rather buy all my stuff from Carbondale Cycle. If I was a big fan of Specialized, I would go over to Bike Surgeon. They're wonderful people too. I see them a lot during the Shawnee Mountain Bike Association meetings, and they care a lot about cycling in the community, mountain biking. And Phoenix Cycling is another good one. I love all of them, but I just prefer Trek, so I go to Carbondale Cycle. I agree, Dana. They are genius. And they're more mom and pop. They have more mom and pop feeling. Dollar stores around here, like in Goreville, they're starting to sell more food, like fresh bananas, fruit, stuff like that. It's kind of neat to see it. We have one of those markers in our town. Abe Lincoln spoke here. Yeah, Bob, like that, Have to take a ride to Albion. Maybe I'll just drive to your house and ride there, though. You give me a tour of the area. Yeah, that is unfortunate when any kind of chain moves in. People are gonna, lose their mom and pop place, including dollar stores, a chain. Phoenix is in good to us. Yep. Good store. I have found good tools at Phoenix that I couldn't find anywhere else. Like the extra hand tool, third hand tool, is that what they call it? Or fifth hand tool? Third or fifth. And it's for changing the gearing in your bike. It makes it a lot simpler. It's a Park tool, and Park tool brand, and brand new it's really expensive, and used it wasn't that cheap, but Phoenix kind of gave me a good deal on one that they had that was used, and I still have it, and it's still a wonderful tool when I need it. That would be a long ride. I bet it would be. Could be a century ride. Maybe more than a century ride. I gotta look that up. Let's see how long of a ride that would be. Let's see here. Maps. Let's see here. Albion. From. Nope. Wrong button. Let's do bikes. From Hurst. Okay. Biking to Albion from Hurst would be 90.9 miles, and it would take me 7 hours and 18 minutes estimated. That ain't too bad. I did a century ride in 2014 maybe, and I did 110 miles in 7.5 hours. So, and I would say from here to you, Bob, would be relatively flat, but riding there would mean I'd have to stay in a hotel or something and then ride back the next day, because I'm not going to do almost 200 miles in one day. Oh, hey Bill, welcome. A lot of those state markers are highways which aren't safe for riding. Yeah, I mean, I ride a lot of highways that aren't particularly safe. No shoulder or nothing. You just gotta, you know, it really depends on if you want to do that, and, you know, putting lights on your bike and just really being vigilant about biking. Don't put earbuds in. I don't recommend riders do that anyway. You know, wear a helmet, and it's a risk. Definitely would have to put out a disclaimer. Hey, take care, Pam. Be safe. Thanks for showing up. Appreciate it. You could put a tent in the backyard. There you go. Or I could put a tent for little Bob in the backyard, and he can just loan me his bed. You know, that'd be the nice thing to do. You tell him I said that. I don't know though. You and Francie may you know, make me go to CrossFit later on that night, and then I won't be able to ride back. Hey Bill, a lot of them state markers, those historical markers, are also in areas with some killer hills. So I'd probably have to get to the top and, you know, kind of rest a little before I go on camera, catch my breath. Indiana is a little safer. They finally passed a hands-free law. There's a law here in Illinois to be hands-free as well. You're not supposed to be on your phone at all. Bluetooth is fine, but you'd be too long for Bob's baby bed. Probably. That'd be funny. You'd see me, like, you know, with my knees bent down, and that'd be silly looking. It definitely wouldn't be Michelle's king size bed. They'll force you to drink unsweet tea. Oh, you're right, Michelle. I'd have to bring like a bag of sugar with me. Yeah, I get it, Bill. I mean, there are some ones that would be kind of sketchy. So, I think if anything, to be safe, I would probably just drive to them, make them like bonus ones, you know, I would really try to plan it, you know, coordinate it really good where it'd be safer. One thing I really would love to do and get on video is the Remember the Removal ride. Goes through southern Illinois. It goes to Trail of Tears State Park, and what it is, it's Cherokee Nation cyclists, and they ride all across the U.S. following the Trail of Tears route, and it's all about remembering the removal of the Native Americans. And I would really love to join them this year. I hope I'm able to do that. We'll see with everything that's going on, but that would be pretty cool, and get that on video, get them on video. Bill Gilmore, hey, unsweet tea is great. It may be great, but not that great. But I know your conditions, your circumstances, so, you know, that makes sense. Welcome, old goat in the woods. Good friend of mine. Hopefully see you on the trail soon. No fear, we're like 15 minutes from Bob. We'll hook you up with sweet tea. Oh, good deal. I'll be staying at the Colts, Bob. They'll have the supplies. Thanks, Pam. Well, there you go, Michelle. They have sweet tea, so you get to join me on that bike ride. It'll only be hilly for a little while from Metropolis. Once we get past Jackson, once we get past Williamson County, it should kind of straighten out a little bit. So, my first time ever trying a century ride was 2012. I just got my road bike 2 weeks before the ride, and I weighed 300 pounds. I weigh about 200 pounds now, and I still have a belly. I still think I need to lose weight. So that just kind of tells you a little bit of how bigger of a person I was. When I did that ride, I smoked 1.5 to 2 packs of cigarettes a day. I ate a lot of bad fast food. I drank too much. I did not watch my health besides biking. I was just getting into biking and trying to be a little bit more healthier. So what I did was I didn't plan or coordinate the bike ride right, and I did it on a very hot day, on a very windy day with very high humidity, and I went south of Giant City without realizing the hill situation. I wasn't a hiker back then, so I really didn't go south of Giant City that much. But if you can imagine, when you're on a bicycle south of Giant City, you realize how hilly southern Illinois actually is. So I realized it. I did 70 miles out of the projected 100 miles. And I had to call my mom to come get me and come rescue me because I could not ride anymore. And I felt really bad about myself because I was in my 20s, but later on I felt okay. You know, I did 70 miles. That was a big accomplishment. So, you know, I had to think about that. And now I'm 200 pounds. And while I can afford to lose a little bit more, I don't smoke, I don't vape anymore. I'm completely nicotine free, almost a year. I don't drink soda. I haven't drank soda in like 5 years. I don't eat as much fast food. I still eat a little bit, but not as much. And I rarely drink. I don't get drunk at all anymore. Just not for me. And I'm healthier, you know, so now it wouldn't be so bad. I'll sit on the handlebars. Okay. Michelle Cochran, you could sit in his baby trailer. There you go, Michelle. Bill, sweet tea is about the only sugar I get. I don't eat much candy. Gave up sodas. She's is correct, Bill. Every time I try to buy her candy, I end up eating most of it. True story. Nathan, I have the exact same background. Shawn, I got to a size 40 jean and said, screw this. Yep, that's me, Nathan. Mine was, I bent down to tie my boot at work. I was a security guard, and when I rose up, I was out of breath and in my 20s, and that scared me. And I'm glad. I just wish I would have started biking a lot sooner, like in my teens. I'd been, I'd be great. That's true, Bob. Old goat, you've got a great story there, Shawn, from where you were then to now. I agree. And I try to tell it more to encourage other people to do it too. And I still like your video with the flat tire and walking down the road in your bike shoes. That was a funny video, Bob. That tends to happen to me a lot. And now I try to be a little bit more prepared. But that was a funny day. Mom and stepdad rescued me again that day. Congrats, Shawn. Thank you, Nathan. Congrats to you. You know, congrats to everyone here who have chose to reconnection successful. Streaming. Can anyone hear me? Am I still being heard? My OBS disconnected. I think I'm back, maybe. Hopefully MediaCom isn't. Okay, good deal. Not gonna probably do this for too much longer. It is getting late. 5:30 comes really quick. So I do thank you all for watching. Hope I have made your night a little bit more. Yeah, it's kind of freezing up now. I would say a lot of people are on the internet right now. We're really going to put our internet and water and electricity and all that to test. He is on your screen. Don't take any pictures of him, though. If you do, make sure they're blurry. Yep, 5:30 comes quick. Try 4:30. I'm going to pass on 4:30. I should get up at like 3:30, Bill, and like go jogging or something. You know, whatever. But I don't. So yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it here since it is getting later, and I want to thank you all for joining in and chit-chatting, and I'm gonna try to do this more often. And you know, stay safe out there. Keep practicing social distancing and have a positive mindset, and realize that we humans are pretty smart, and we created this tiny little device with the full internet, fast internet, and a camera on it that's better than a lot of your SLRs. If we can create something like this, we can easily beat a virus. So we got to give ourselves credit where credit is due, and you know, and just keep on being successful. You know, keep on thinking right, pray, you know, whatever. So see y'all later. Have a good night, and stay safe. Don't touch your face like I've been doing the whole night. Don't. I wash my hands constantly, even before all this. So, because I chew my fingernails, I'm a nasty habit. I need to quit, especially now. But good night. Have a great night, folks. Have wonderful dreams. And until next time, I'll see you on the trail.